Well, this painting is rapidly descending to the level of garbage. It's not there yet, but take heart. I'm going to keep working on it. In retrospect, I wish that I had just brought this. I had all of these trees used to be just that, you know. I was trying to make a statement. Trees against light sky. Bit of sunlight sparkling through, or not sunlight maybe, but you know, some warm, high value, high chroma colors poking through. And then I thought, okay, well, some hills in the background. And then, I kind of like, you know, maybe I'll take these trees on the left and push them back. And then this is this blank, flat space. So I thought, okay, let's put a bush in here. You know, I'm back to having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes on an 8 by 10 inch painting. I lost sight of the fact that I just wanted to make a statement, and that one statement was, yes, intense color shining through an interesting design of trees. I should have left these in the foreground. I am glad, however, and part of the reason that I pushed them back was that I had sort of a vertical tube of light hanging in here. And I wanted this to be the important thing and everything else to be sort of, you know, less sort of in your face. I made a mistake in doing that. I should have just left these in the foreground. I could take a small brush. I could bring them back. If I were to do that, I would even get rid of the color in the background and just do that right, you know, light right to the bottom here, just over a hill crest, and then keep this subdued. But I already have a couple of layers of paint on here. You have to, you know, reach a point where you go, okay, now I'm just like throwing good money after bad. You're throwing good time after bad, because my brush strokes won't be as clean anymore. They will be, you know, I'm painting on texture now, and that's not what I'm after for this. I would rather stick needles in my eye than take a small brush and start to reinstitute all these small lines and redesign these bushes. It's only an 8 by 10. You get to a point where eventually you say, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to toss it and start fresh. Or put it on the back burner for maybe one day I want to revisit the thing. I don't know. What I am going to do is right now give it a couple of strokes. I like the intense light back here, and even, you know, on this distant hillside. And then this sits in the shadow. This still needs a couple, you know, this area here still needs a few tree trunks or something. Some variety in this area. But I'm not going to worry about that yet. First I'm going to paint some more foreground in and see if I think the thing is worth saving. So, I'm going to lay a couple of strokes of gray here. Cobalt blue. And raw umber. Now, okay, intense light, intense chroma, toned down, so we have sort of this band here of dark. I think I'd like to reintroduce a little bit of light in the foreground, because there is so much foreground, which was not my original intention, but that's how it went, that I think maybe I should try to bring the painting back to life using the foreground as you know, part of the plan. But let me just play with that for a minute, and let's see what happens when I lay a few brush strokes in there. Okay, that's pretty ultramarine-y. We'll go to more cobalt blue. Let's just see what happens. It's still quite blue. I do want it fairly blue because although I'm bringing light here, I don't think I want direct sunlight on here. That's all up here. Give myself a little more raw umber. oddly, having something in place here that I feel is very close to finished, that's going to help me make my decisions regarding where I put a bit of detail in these trees. I'm not going to make any big changes, maybe just the odd tree trunk, maybe a little sky poking through here. But right now, let's focus on this. We're on a little voyage of rediscovery right now. See if I can save this thing. Okay. That helps. Let me put another stroke or two on here. We'll warm it up with a bit of just raw umber and white. Yeah, the brush is contaminated with a bit of cobalt blue. I'm not worried about that. You know, maybe this foreground is picking up a little bit of the light from the distance as well. Okay. Let me just stand up and have a little look at this. That's okay. It is an improvement. It is an improvement. You know, by the time I lay the odd trunk in these distant trees and maybe poke some light through it so that it matches more, if not in intensity, but at least in shape, if it matches these trees a little bit, we might end up doing okay. I might even have this bush catch a little more light. This piece on the left, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Dare I bring this down? I'm pretty green here on the left right now. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that I don't have another intercepting or interrupting hillside here, which matches the shape here and is reinforced by this shape. You know, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe if I do this, unite the two. Excuse me. Yeah, I think in general that's a good idea. Okay, that picks up the foreground a little bit. You know, it's really going to come down to what I end up with here. Okay, technically, it's fine. You know, composition's fine, colors are fine. Technically, it's a good painting. You know how much work is out there that is technically good? Well, a ton of it, a lot of it. But there isn't that much work out there that inspires people, that people say to themselves, ooh, I'd like to be there. I would like to stand in that spot and look through that valley. You know, it's got to turn people on. It has to excite them. Technically good is fine, but all it really is a starting point. Okay, well, there's some things that I've improved. I'm very happy that I leaned this bush out this way. You know, I know that it no longer has that feel of lodgepole pines. You know, maybe a couple here, but really, you know, we've gone kind of sprucey off to the left here, and I don't mind that. That's fine. It's about the painting. It's not, you know, it's not about adhering to what well, accurate silviculture. That's not the case. I'm going to leave it for now. Maybe with fresh eyes, I'll have a better idea of what to do when I get back to it. You know, as you can see, let me just move the camera here. As you can see, this area is very flat. And that's why I say, you know, I need a couple of darker strokes and a couple of lighter strokes and, you know, a bit of the odd branch or the odd trunk showing to bring it in tune with the rest of the painting. Anyway, some things I liked, some things improved, and some things it's a little bit dead in the water, and I'm only willing to spend so much time on it. So we'll see where it goes. I'm going to take one more kick at the cat. And if that doesn't turn it into a successful little study, then we'll just throw it in the fire. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good weekend.